agenda really looks awesome. The Singapore Tech Forum, bigger and better than the previous ones I've attended.
The Singapore Tech Forum, I just be quite casual to have honest conversations, not pull wool over anyone's eyes. Just say, let's have some authentic conversations.
Maybe because it's also virtual and
actually you think, wow, people really cannot connect. Networking like crazy, just meeting all these alumni of Singapore everywhere. But we also have Singaporeans in Japan and Korea and the US and Brazil. So PM Lee, a personal passion of his has been technology. SingaporeConnect has been a great partner to us.
I love how the Singapore Tech Forum has really reframed the event as well, made it so much better and so much more connected.
The reason I'm here to connect with you. The way we designed it is actually a good amount of the second half of the conference is in our SF time zone, which is kicked off by Taman Shanmugaratnam and Mark Benioff and Forrest Lee. It's all in our time zone. The Taman Benioff session will be very interesting, say about culture and talent, and Taman is probably one of the leaders who think most hard about this in Singapore. Right? We have actually, after the main program, we'll have these deep dives where the companies and the organizations want to meet people in smaller settings. So if you like Google will be running a small group session with their engineering leaders. I think theirs is a day in the life of a Googler in Singapore. And then Stripe will be by their engineering leader. Shopee will be by the head of talent. But basically, these are all open. Even if you did not register for Tech Forum, you can just click on there and get the link. You can get the Zoom link and go in on the day. So these are, even if you did not manage to register and did not manage to get into the Slack channel, you can go for all these deep dives and it will be quite fun as well. And we've completely left the companies to do what they want, but a lot of them are just interested to build that warm connection to the talent out here. The government is very, very big actually, and hiring engineers left and right and center, and designers, even marketing, DevRel, everything, right? And the way that they structured it is in terms of functional areas. So there's the software engineering track. All of these, without even registering, you can go inside to all of these things. But yeah, look at all the people who are coming to the deep dives. Like Joel Cake, if you see up here, I think he's good friends with Jian Yang. He was Stanford, and Bill as well. He was in the Bay Area. A lot of them that the government has hired have come back from the Bay Area as well. So interesting to hear from people like, with similar paths as us out here. There are many Bay Area people from in the deep dives and in even the speaker slate as well. Like, Sylvanus, Tanu, things like that. I like to just ask him some of the more pertinent questions on our community's minds. I think when we look at Singapore's value proposition, there's opportunities, there's livability, but culture is a big thing, and there's a lot of reason why many people stay out here. Many dimensions of culture, workplace culture, like social political culture, LGBT. So those things, I do want to ask him, what do you think is Singapore's value proposition? It may be a combination of things, but how do you think we're evolving, right? And I think the local-foreigner divide that we are seeing in the US, all the countries turning inwards, that Singapore is not really exempt from that. So how, if he wants Singapore to stay open, what's that strategy to managing some of this political pressure? I think a lot of people are also interested in the US-China tension. Singapore seems to be gaining in some ways, like Chinese companies, US companies are still coming, but what really are going to be the risks there for us, right? Is it too good to be true? And I think I want to sneak in a few slightly more personal questions, right? I bet people have told me in the poll as well, but we'll see. I think I have to gauge whether he's open to that or not. So let's see how it goes on that day. My style is more personal, but sometimes with government stuff, you just have to feel the water there a bit. So any advice from you guys will definitely be appreciated.
Well, we thought it was going to be 4,000 at first, and then David told me, no, the new number is 7,000. The registrations have exceeded 7,000. I was really happy about that. So
yeah, we are glad, and I think for those of you who haven't, activated your Slack channel invitation, definitely do. To me, that's one of the best parts already, because there's so many amazing Singaporeans and alumni of Singaporean around the world, and it just makes me feel proud to be Singaporean, and also a value-added service because I get to meet all these crazy people. Next time, if I want to go to Prague, I shall know who to call, or Edinburgh or Japan. I will have a natural network there. So definitely check that out.